This is my work for game interface design, and I only created the UI elements. I'm going to start the game now, and it'll go through the splash screens first. So once they're through, I'll talk a little bit more. So the animation in that splash screen, I created myself in the Unreal Engine, and the sounds were from free licensed software, and I just tweaked them a bit just to fit the style that I was going for. So these buttons I've made myself in Photoshop, and the fonts I got from dafont.com, and I did make a few edits just to make it a little easier to read. If I had a bit more time on that, I would probably make them even easier to read, probably use a different font. So all the stuff, this stuff is being done in Engine, so these are editable. It looks like they work, but they don't actually do anything in game, because this just basically for this module, it's just a case of making it look like it works. You weren't marked on the actual like functionality of the UI, as long as it actually did look like it did something. And then if I press back, it'll pop up like there's a pop up, and then you can also press it. So if you press play and press back, there'll be no pop up. And then I've got this style. This bit is actually functional because I was curious about getting the functionality in. So if I change anything in here, it'll actually change it in game. And then press back twice. Then so the assets in the background, they are from the Unreal Marketplace. They're not my own. There is one asset I created myself. That's in game, so I'll just quickly jump into game. So the asset I created was in Maya. So this is the asset I created, the book here, and this inventory is fully functional. So if I press quit, it'll bring me back to this menu, and I'll just go into the character selection screen to show that off. So the whole of the UI was created in Unreal, and then it's a case of like, so I also this camera seems to be broken, so I'm not sure what's just happened there. I'll have to fix that at a later date. It was working before, but basically it shows us different characters when that camera works. And then in game, so you can right click to use mana. Mana does regenerate over time, so does health. And this is showing the experience bar going up in the top left corner, and then experience going up. When you level up, it fully regenerates health and mana. And then these are basically just pages to tell you what you can do. Pressing tab to pause, and then this is the inventory system. It kind of does work, as you can see. It brings up a thing there. It's in the wrong place, but again, it wasn't for functionality, just proving. So this will show you your current objective, and this shows you your current XP, current level, current health, and current mana, and you can save and load but they're not implemented either. So you can press O to get rid of the objectives. You can press M to get rid of the map or bring it back. And then when I've also done the things that you can follow from one location to another. And then so one thing that I'd do as well, if I had a bit more time on the project, would be to work on the particle systems. I would also make the buttons look a bit more realistic. Let's say realistic, like modern, and then probably fit the style a bit more, because it fits the style at the moment, but it feels a bit rustic. So I'd like to have it a bit more polished, basically. And again, the same with the particles, just to give a bit more polish to the game. If you press restart, it will just load back into the start of the game. But yeah, so not all my buttons are functional, but it was just for showing that they do work. oh, that's what they'd look like if they worked. And that's everything